He's not even here yet.
Call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We have the acceptance of the July 7th meeting minutes. It's July 7th of this year. It's been a while. I just want to make sure everybody
It has been a
knows.
while.
All right. So our last meeting, again, July 7th, 2025. We had a public hearing on 198 Dogtail Corners Road. Closed the public hearing, and we had a resolution to grant site plan, special use permit, and erosion sediment control permit approval, which passed. And we had a discussion about the proposed planned community legislation before the zoning update committee, and then we adjourned the meeting. Okay, motion to accept the minutes.
So moved.
Motion made by Member Palmer, seconded by Member Villano. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Okay, that passes 5-0 with 2 absences. Next item on the agenda is old business, 10 Mile River Preserve Activity Barn. Just make a note that Member Villano had to step away. Okay.
We still have a quorum.
Evening.
All right. Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Long time no see.
It has been, yes.
Is this like your first meeting in a couple of months at this point?
Yes.
Wow.
July 7th. You missed the joke already. You got to be here on time. All right, go ahead.
All right.
You're on time.
All right, everyone. Hello. Again, Peter Sander, representing the applicant. Tonight, we're here to discuss TMR Activity Barn. As you're all aware, we actually obtained approval for this back in October 2024. So actually over almost a year ago. So just to recap for the board, the application that we have in front is the conversion of an existing agricultural barn to an activity barn. That's to supplement the existing conference inn and suite use for that site. And so essentially the applicant was looking to convert that barn so that it had a game room, dining room, it had exterior parking improvements, new well, new septic, the whole works. So we actually obtained approval for that in October 2024. And then in May 2025, we followed that up with a closeout submission where we went through the conditions of approval for the project resolution and say how we are addressing them. The major items in that was copies of the DOH approval, a zoning code compliant lighting plan, and it was also, one of the items was the issuance of an erosion sediment control permit. So in that submission, we actually noted that the site had been completely stabilized and that there is no really need for any more erosion control permit, in particular the bonding requirement. So and then we followed up after we wanted to just clear things up, so we submitted something in July just as erosion control, just a quick analysis of the zoning code. In it, chapter 65, which is that requirement for an erosion control permit, it notes that the planning board has the right to waive any sort of bonding requirement for the project. So considering that it was a small project to begin with, just a conversion, and on top of that, the work has already been stabilized, it doesn't really make sense to have that bonding requirement, since it would just be us coming back to say the site has been stabilized and can we have the bond back. So basically, what we're here tonight is to try to close out that final condition of the approval, which is the erosion control bond. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions and move this along.
Okay. I don't have any questions at this time. Mayor Williams?
None here.
Palmer? Mayor Roman? Okay. All right, erosion setup control, Engineer Berger, if you could,
I
Light
looked
us.
at the project as if it was not.
get the microphone a little closer.
Oh, I'm so used to not having it.
That's,
Have a mic on my own, wow. I looked at the project as if it wasn't under construction, as the chapter
65.
dictates, and I prepared a bond and inspection fee as if it was project starting. Erosion control bond should have been analyzed, and we requested that of the applicant back when the project was approved.
right,
The conditions were provided so that they can move forward with hope that they'd come in the next meeting with their bond request, and the work proceeded without that. The
Right.
town did not stop the work, but I felt that we still should impose what would have normally been imposed on a project of this type, as we have in the past.
Right.
Of similar projects where we require a bond before we allow them to start, and we require a final inspection afterwards to assure that all the projects without a bond, there's no assurance that what's out there, if there's a few trees that need to be fixed or something, will be done. Not saying that it is or is not. Without
Right.
an inspection, that would be unknown, whether it could be. So I was just thinking, in comparing with all the other small projects that we have and what we are imposing on all the others, I just treated it the same way.
okay. Thank you. Attorney Polidoro?
The applicant should not get the benefit of having done all the work without pulling the appropriate permits.
Sure.
So you do need to set the inspection fee so Joe can go out and make sure the work was done properly. And as Mr. Berger said, the bond is still needed because there's no guarantee at this point that the work was done in accordance with the plan.
Right.
And that's our way of getting it corrected.
Okay.
If you mind, can I just jump in real quick? So I believe the whole intent of the erosion control bond is to ensure that the site has properly been stabilized, and that if it hadn't, that the town could then take that money and stabilize the site, right? That's the intention of the bond. It's not so much really a performance check to see if the site plan was completed per standard. It's more for the erosion control, correct?
Not just erosion control stabilization, but whatever erosion control practices that were supposed to be in place, such as the landscaping, which is part of erosion control, to ensure that all the landscaping was placed and is in good condition and
Right.
placed properly.
So the only, I guess, comment on that is part of our resolution is to ensure that the landscaping is maintained in perpetuity, right? So that is a condition.
Your resolution also required you to get the ESC permit, which you did not apply for.
We did apply for it. It was
Just
initially in our-
recently.
No, our erosion control permit was included in our first
You didn't
submission.
provide us with the information we needed in order to complete the ESC permit.
Right.
But given that the fact that the board can waive the requirement of a bond and that the site is, again, I understand that the process was done, right? It happened. But the site is stabilized. There is no erosion.
The town, that's up to the town official to determine whether the site was completed in accordance with the plans or not.
I mean,
Look, we appreciate,
yeah,
we
I get
appreciate
it.
you advocating for your client. That's your job. We have to do what is in the best interest of the town. And again, this is a bit of a pattern of, just coming back later and saying, yeah, we did that. So please, thank you. I think we just need to follow the procedure as if we would for anyone else. So that's my opinion. Having heard from our consultants, anybody have any other comments, questions? Okay. All right.
I can get you a certificate, a gift certificate for Tony's Barbershop.
okay, all right, well,
Okay.
if that's an affirmative that we can bond or waive the bond, I'm all for it. I got some buzzers in the car. I could shave it right now. Enticing, right?
All right.
All right.
So, resolution to grant erosion sediment control permit approval. 10 Mile River Reserve Activity Barn. Whereas on October 7, 2024, the applicant 10 Mile River LLC received site plan, special use permit, and architectural review board approval to convert an existing barn complex into an activity barn, including outdoor patios, 21 space gravel parking lot, and an overnight guest unit, collectively known as the project, identified as 280-290 Sand Hill Road, tax lot number 7162-00-048775, known as the property. And whereas the property is located in the RU district, as well as the floodplain and aquifer overlay districts, and whereas a recreational business is a permitted use in the RU district, subject to site plan and special use permit approval, and whereas condition 4 of site plan approval requires the applicant to obtain approval of an erosion sediment control permit from the planning board, and whereas the project is depicted on a plan entitled 10 Mile River Preserve Activity Barn prepared by Rennie Engineering Design, PLLC, sheets 0 through 5, dated July 17, 2024, last revised May 1, 2025, known as the plan set. And whereas on August 26, 2024, the planning board classified the project as an unlisted action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, or SECRA, declared its intent to serve as lead agency in a coordinated review of the project, to which no other agency objected. And whereas on October 7, 2024, the planning board adopted a SECRA determination for the project, a negative declaration. And whereas the applicant has undertaken work contemplated under the erosion sediment control permit, but is still required to obtain said permit to legalize the work and to allow the planning board engineer and building inspector to conduct the appropriate inspections. Now therefore be it resolved, the planning board hereby grants the applicant erosion sediment control permit for disturbance as shown on plan set, subject to the following conditions: 1, payment of all fees in escrow; 2, submission of $1,500 to be placed into escrow to cover the cost of site inspection by the planning board engineer or planner; 3, submission of a performance guarantee in the amount of $15,000 in form, substance, and matter of execution satisfactory to the town attorney. Be it further resolved that before the authorized official may issue a certificate of compliance, the planning board engineer shall provide the authorized official with a written statement indicating that all work authorized in the permit has been completed in accordance with the approved permit. This resolution to be offered by
Member Williams.
Member Williams, seconded by Member Palmer. Discussion? Okay. Okay, seeing no discussion, resolution to grant erosion sediment control permit approval, 10 Mile River Preserve Activity Barn. Secretary, please call the roll.
Member Roman,
Aye.
Member Williams,
Aye.
Member Palmer,
Aye.
Chairman Cortine.
Aye. Resolution is adopted 4-0 with 2 absences, 1 recusal. Okay. So just follow up with Secretary Van Millen for anything else regarding this.
All right.
And you have a good night.
Cool. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the performance guarantee can be cash check. It doesn't have to be a bond. which
Made up
might-
to Victoria.
No.
No, which might speed things along.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Our next scheduled meeting is October 20th. The deadline for that has passed. It was October 1st. We are going to have 2 applications, one being Wingdale Solar, the other being the Danco subdivision. Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. And possibly comments on the Dutchess County Department of Health aquifer law that was adopted last year. They're looking for some comments on rules and regulations. My thinking is myself, Secretary Van Millen, and the consultants, we have our meeting, we have a pre-agenda meeting where we go over the agenda. And as always, any 2 planning board members are welcome to join. And we discuss, what's going to be coming up on the agenda. So we'll discuss, whether it really makes a lot of sense to bring this up at the meeting or not. If it's just one of those things like they require there to be a comment period, but whatever, then I don't think we should waste everybody's time. But if it might be, of utility, then I think 5-10 minutes is not a problem. So we'll discuss it.
May I ask the board?
Yeah.
I've been able to, as of this evening, do the final inspection for Sherman Hills for 2 of the lots for Chapter 65 bond release. Is
The
it
Sherman Hill,
possible-
the two-family subdivision?
Yeah,
Oh,
but there's
two
4
fam-
lots. Only
Yeah,
2
right,
of
4
them-
lots, right.
2 are done.
Yeah.
Since I'm going to be writing the letter to the board, can that be on the agenda on the 20th for consideration? So that they,
Yeah, I mean, that's fine with me. Yeah, it's not, the deadline is for applicants, not for
Okay, I
our
figured
consult,
I'd
not for our
ask.
consultants.
I
Yeah.
want to, while we're here,
Right, right.
ask.
For a moment, I'm like, I thought you were about to say, here's a memo, can you please do something
right now.
right now? I was like, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't think you were going to do that. It just,
For the 20th.
yeah, for the 20th. That
That
makes
allows
sense.
them to be on the town board at the end of the month and move forward with the project. That's
Fine with me. Any objection from
Bonds.
any members of the planning board?
There are only 2
No,
lots.
no, we're good. Yeah.
Just so the board is probably having the same question, why only 2 of the 4 lots? Apparently, there are 2 owners.
Yeah, there were
He owns 2 of
3
the
owners?
lots, the other owner owns the other 2 lots.
Right, there's 2 or 3 owners. I'm still
So
not sure. 2 owners?
he-
Okay, it's 2
The
owners.
gentleman who owns the 2 lots
Right.
is coming in for his 2, the other one has not finished his
Mm-hmm.
work.
So
Okay.
is it Orifici that's done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, what about the entrance?
Entrance is done.
Entrance
I
is
looked
done.
at the entrance, it's fine. I
Okay.
understand the highway superintendent has signed off, I'm verifying that tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember there was some sightline issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I understand, that's why I'm gonna check with the highway super tomorrow.
Yeah, oh, good. Okay, great.
I didn't wanna bother him tonight, so
All
I
right.
figured I'd check with him in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you. We do not have a meeting first Monday of November, as we usually do not have a meeting the first Monday of November because it would be the night before Election Day, and this room is just taken over for Election Day. So our meeting following the October 20th meeting is November 17th. The deadline for that is October 29th. All right. Any further business before the planning board this evening? All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn, seconded by Member Palmer. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned.